Hey guys, it's Susan and Luke with the Outdoor Gear Review, and today we are here to show off some heated jackets from Ororo. So I'm wearing the women's version, Luke has the men's version in this little travel bag. And so the jackets actually do come in a bag like this.
Yes, this is a travel bag and you can use this for other purposes. I certainly have. It's a nice little bag.
Yep, perfect for storage when you're not going to need a heated jacket as well. So
now this is a product which we have been testing out for the last 2 months. It's time for the review now that we've fully tested them out. Now these are heated jackets, electronically heated jackets.
yes.
Now there are many aspects to a product like this which we are going to go over in this review here. So go ahead, get comfortable, have a cup of coffee, get some tea. Let's get started. So let's start off here with the storage bag. I will do an unzipping for you so you can see it in its stuffed form. So come on down here. As you can see, you have two-way zippers. It's a nice little storage bag. You get some instructions, the Ororo jacket, charger. On the inside of the jacket, there's the pocket, which the battery bank goes into. So as you can see here, I have the men's version on. Susie has the women's version here. Let's go over the functions and features of this jacket, then we will talk about stats, and then we will move on to the review. As you can see here, this is a pretty typical jacket. You have a center zip. These are SBS zippers. You have a wind guard along with this zipper to prevent wind from being blown through it.
You have a chest pocket, two side pockets. On the women's versions, these zip up.
Yep, on the men's version, there is no zipper. Okay, so I will turn around here and I will show off the hood. As you will see, this is zippered on, so you can zip it on, zip it off, if you want it, if you don't.
Yep, super easy to take on and off. The women's version has the same hood, and these hoods are somewhat adjustable.
And we do mean somewhat. Check this out, folks. Some design changes need to be made. Changes definitely need to be made with the hood. We will come back to that in just a moment. Let's continue on with the features. Let's use Susan's hand here as an example. Here at the cuff, there are no adjustments to be made. It is how it is. Down here at the waist, you do have draw pulls, so you can cinch this tight to prevent drafts and so on.
Okay, moving to the inside. Right here on the left, we have the battery pocket. It is a polyester shell jacket inside and out.
Why don't you do a 360? I will do the same, and then we will talk about the heating element to these jackets.
Okay.
Okay, so let's talk about the heating elements with these jackets. As mentioned, electronic jackets, they heat up due to a battery bank and some carbon fiber heating coils that are inside of this jacket.
Yes.
Now, to activate this is fairly simple.
All you do is push down and hold the button and it lights up. Now this jacket has 4 settings. It has a preheat, it has high, medium, and low. So when it's in preheat, it flashes red, then it will change to medium, which is white. High is red and low is blue. The coils are on the left side of the jacket, the right side, and in the back.
That's
Nothing
right.
in the arms.
Namely, like right here and up here.
So the preheat setting takes about 10 minutes and the jacket preheats, kind of like an oven would.
Yeah.
So then when you're ready to put it on, it's already toasty hot.
Right. Now, with that being said, you turn this jacket on to preheat mode and it gets warm instantaneously. I mean, it really is instant. I mean, within 10 seconds, you begin to feel heating on your chest and on your back. It really is impressive in that regards. So, moving on to the battery bank. Let's take a look at that. As Susan mentioned before, it's down here in this little pocket on the inside. It connects to the battery, just like so.
This battery is a 4400 mAh battery. It has a USB port, which comes in handy because you can actually charge your cell phone with this battery.
Okay, so as you can see there, we're focused on the side of the battery next to the USB plug. Now those 4 holes, those are LED indicator lights that tell you how much battery power is remaining. So we've taken a look at the jackets already, we looked at the features. Let's go over stats, where you can get them at price, and then we will move to the review.
Okay, you can find these at ororowear.com. You can also find them on Amazon. They retail for $199.99, so it's a $200 jacket. The women's version, this is a slim fit wearing jacket, so keep that in mind. They are sized from small to extra large, and they come in the color black only.
Now with the men's version, the price is the same. There is a sports version of this jacket, which is slightly different. But otherwise, you will find this in the black and blue accent.
Luke is wearing a size medium. The men's are available from medium to 2XL. And would you say yours is slim fit as well?
It fits very good. It's a flattering fit. There's enough room here to have an additional layer underneath it. The only thing that I've noticed is that it's very tight in the arms. You know, so it's a snug fit in the arms.
Yeah.
If the jacket is loose, the heating element will fall away from your back or from your chest and you won't get the benefits. So it does need to be a closer fit. Make sure to keep that in mind if you go out looking for one of these jackets or any heated jacket, because it really does need to fit correctly.
It does, and check those sizing charts. That's real important.
Very important. Okay, so now that we've gone over the stats and features, let's move straight to the review. This is what everybody's been waiting for. Okay, pros and cons first. Susie, why don't you start?
Okay, let's go over some pros. I think the jacket looks good. It blocks wind.
Yeah. It is water resistant.
Water resistant. The quality overall is very good for the jacket. The stitching's well made.
Yeah, the zippers are good. The zipper pulls are good.
Yes. I like that the hood is detachable. The last heated jacket that I tried out didn't have a hood at all, and I wished it did have one. So I like that this one has that option.
Right, right.
It's also nice to have the battery indicator on the battery pack.
Yeah, that's true. Now, with that being said, we have to move on to the cons.
Yes.
Let's start with this hood.
Okay.
I hate this hood.
Luke hates the hood.
Yeah, you know, I'm really glad that you could take it off because it needs some serious work. So, shields up, hood up. Take a look at this monster. This thing, it sticks up above my head about 3-4 inches. And when it comes to adjustability, you have 2 draw pulls here. You know, like in certain situations, you need to pull it this tight, like in a serious windstorm. But otherwise, it opens up, it stands up on top of your head just like this, and it looks ridiculous. It gets caught in the wind, it's constantly blowing your head back.
I don't have that issue with my hood.
Yeah, you really don't.
You have extra fabric, it seems.
Yeah, it's a little bit too long on top.
The thing is you can just unzip that thing off and you don't have to use it.
But it's a shame though, because the way that it's designed, either it's all or nothing. You have it pulled super tight around your head, or it's up here flapping in the breeze.
That's true. That's true.
That's con number 1. Let's move on.
Okay. The next con is going to be all about the battery. We talked about all the good things. Now I have to talk about the bad things. I'm not sure if you can see the bulge right here on my left hip. It sits right at my hip bone. This is the battery pack right here, and it is very noticeable. This is poking me in my hip. It will poke you in your stomach if you bend down. It's bulky, you know. This is called a slim line battery, but
and it's not.
It's not. It's very bulky. You will notice that this thing is here.
Yeah. So imagine having like a small brick in your pocket where the edges are very sharp. This is essentially where the battery sits. And as Susan mentioned, the sharp edges poke into your hips, poke into your stomach.
Yep.
It's highly uncomfortable.
It is very uncomfortable. And while wearing this jacket, I've actually brushed up against things and have gotten hurt.
It's very, very noticeable, and it's not something that just goes away. You get used to it with time. It's always there. You always notice it, which is a real shame. Next, we have to mention a slight chemical smell. It was very strong when we first got these jackets. It has dissipated over the 2 months that we've been using them. I'm not sure if it's the jacket. I'm not sure if it's the storage bag that they come in. So I'm sure you're wondering, how do these jackets perform in regards to the battery life and so on? Well, we have some interesting information to share with you all. First off, let's talk about the company claims.
Ororo says that you can get up to 12 hours of battery life with one charge. They recommend that as soon as you get a jacket, you fully charge the battery pack. That will take about 10 hours. They recommend that you charge it every 3 months while it's in storage, and of course you will need to charge it as you're using your jacket. We definitely did not get 12 hours.
We didn't get anywhere close to 12 hours of battery life with these jackets.
No.
Now, it should be mentioned that Ororo states that they get 10 to 12 hours of performance in very specific conditions, namely temperatures at 77 degrees Fahrenheit. When batteries get cold, they do not perform very well, right? At 77 degrees, a battery will last a lot longer than it will at, say, 20 degrees.
Right.
So those numbers really are not realistic. You wouldn't wear a heated jacket when it's 77 degrees. The battery's not going to last 10 hours at 20 degrees.
Exactly.
Those optimal conditions mean absolutely nothing in regards to someone who's actually going to be wearing these jackets in cold weather.
Exactly.
Now, with that being said, let's talk about the performance numbers that we actually got.
Yes.
On the highest setting,
My jacket would give me 2 hours of high heat in temperatures ranging from about 25 to 32 degrees.
of course, you have the lower settings and the jacket will last longer in those settings. You know, it really depends on the activity that you're doing as to what heat level will be comfortable. If you're sitting outside and it's 20 degrees, you're watching your kids do something at the park, you will want it to be on the medium to high setting.
Right.
Right? If you're hiking around at the park, you're going around the lake, you can get away with that lower setting because you're moving,
Right.
you know, so on and so forth. Your performance of the battery will completely depend on what you are doing, what heat level you have it at, and what the outside temperatures are.
Yes.
So it's almost impossible for us to tell you, like, you're going to get this amount of time out of this battery bank.
Yeah. The range is there. You can see where we're going with it. You're going to get from 2 hours to maybe 8 hours. It's going to depend on your situation and your conditions.
So with that being said, let's talk about activities. What are these jackets made for? First off, any sort of real outdoor activities such as backpacking where you have to truly rely on this product, I do not recommend it. Because you are relying on that battery bank, battery banks will die, then the jacket is almost useless. Do not take this thing out into a situation where you could be in trouble if the battery bank dies.
No. No, it is not recommended for backpacking, and just like we said, batteries do not work well in super cold temperatures. So you should not rely on this as your heat source.
My buddy David, he works for the power company, and he has one of those jobs where he's inside of the truck most of the time, next to the heat, but he has to hop out often. You know, he has to go check this and that. This is the type of jacket for him, where he doesn't need to run it all the time. He turns it on, he hops out, he goes checks something, he's back in 5 minutes, turns it off, continues on with his day. You know, if you're going to go hike around a lake and your car is close by, perfect. If you're going to go to the movies and it's super cold in there for some reason, okay. It's stuff like that. If you're watching your kids play ball and it's chilly that day, okay. And I think really you just have to keep in mind that this jacket is warm because of this battery pack.
Exactly.
That's what you have to keep in mind. It's the
Yes.
most important part.
Yep.
And it's because of that I do not recommend this for any extended outdoor activity.
Nope.
You know, when it comes to the fit and finish of this jacket, I like it quite a bit. It's very nice. The quality is very good. I've had no issues with any fraying, any of the materials tearing up, no loose threads. I recommend it for very specific individuals, very specific uses. If you're going to town to grab the groceries and it's blowing snow that day, you know, it's cold walking from the parking lot to the store. That's what I recommend this jacket for.
Yeah. I enjoy it while out walking the dog. I do not like it for hiking though, you know. I've used other heated jackets and we've went over that in other videos. These are just not the best jacket for things like hiking and backpacking and even camping. It's just not the right fit.
No.
But there are lots of situations where this is the right fit.
Oh, yeah.
You know?
You know, it's like I have some buddies that I hang out with quite a bit, and they're all smokers. I don't smoke. So, like, every hour we're going outside, hanging out there for 15 minutes. This isn't bad. You turn it on, you go out there while your friends are having a smoke. Yeah, you stay nice and comfortable. It does work well. It blocks the wind. You know, it's water resistant somewhat, so it can handle a light mist for a little while. Like Susan said, like I've said, very specific uses.
Yep.
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 That pretty much sums up this review. Very specific uses.
Pretty much. I want to touch on 2 more issues.
Okay.
You guys might be wondering about the light, and we'll show off some footage of that. It is bright. That is kind of a downside to the jackets. but you know, you do look like a Christmas tree, or you know, you definitely will get comments about the lights on your jacket.
Yep, it is bright at nighttime. If you're driving your car, you have this little red light or blue light or whatever color it is shining up in your face.
Yep, something to keep in mind. And also, a lot of people want to know, can I take this on an airplane? And here's what we found out. So Ororo says all of their materials are TSA approved and that you can take it on an airplane. But from deeper research, I have discovered that you need to have permission from your specific airline before you attempt to take this on an airplane. And you know, guys, it makes sense, right? Because you don't want to get on an airplane. You have wires in your jacket. You have a battery pack.
It looks like when you go through the x-ray that you're wearing a bomb.
Yes, and there are, I mean, you can Google it. There are lots of stories where people have been mistaken that they thought they had a bomb when it was a heated jacket. Certain airlines or certain TSA agents may let some things go through while others will not.
Yeah.
So keep that in mind if you do want to travel with a jacket like this.
There's that risk. You go to the airport with something that has wires and cables and battery banks in it, that when you go through security, they're going to take you to a private office and they are going to go roto-rooter on you. So you better be prepared. Like, you better like your jacket enough to like have people search you inside and out, because there's a possibility that they will.
Just because it's TSA approved materials doesn't mean that they want you on the airplane with it.
Yeah.
You know, they have the final say-so in that, not Ororo.
So let's ask you this. Are you going to be wearing this jacket later on this year when we're flying around?
No, I wouldn't. You
Me
know,
either.
Any time that I want to fly, I always play it safe. I want to be safe. I don't want to be sorry. I hear stories all the time. If they say you can't have it, they take it and you lose it. So why take the risk?
Exactly.
You know? I'm just not going to do it.
You know, one time I got raped at the TSA checkpoint.
Oh, I know.
Hashtag me too. I've been there.
Okay, so I think we got off subject with that, but yes. So a big thank you to Ororo for sending us jackets to try out.
Yeah, you know, I like it for specific purposes, specific scenarios and situations. I mean,
Exactly.
that's it.
Yeah. You guys might see these again in some videos when we have to be outside filming.
Right. You know, comparing this to the other electronic heated jacket that we tested out from Dragon Heatwear.
Yes.
This is much nicer. The quality is much better. With the Dragon Heatwear, the switch was cockeyed.
Yeah.
Yeah, very poor
Yeah.
quality. These are much better. That's it.
Yep.
If you guys have any questions for us, email us. Until next time, strength and honor. See you guys around.
Bye.
Bye.